Hey, hey, how's it going? If you're new here, my name is Jan and I love makeup. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate you. I thought it would be fun for today's video if we test out 3 of the new e.l.f. liquid blushes. I grabbed these a couple whiles ago and wasn't really sure how I wanted to do it, but I knew I wanted to try all of them. I feel like knowledge is power. The more you know, the whole thing. So I'm doing this. I don't think it's going to be a very long video. Obviously, most of my makeup is on already. I'm actually doing 2 videos today. So I thought since I'm not at the blush, since I'm at the blush stage, maybe I would just pop on and do a separate video about these blushes. So the 3 shades I thought I needed was one of them. The first one is Bronze Bombshell, which is kind of like a bronzer color, which I've never used like blush as a blush, so I thought that could be fun. And then we have Gorge Orange, which, orange blush, so cool. And then Coral Crush, which I thought might be a bit more wearable for anyone who doesn't like a crazy in-your-face blush. So I thought we would just try them on together today. Everything on my face is done except blush and highlight. And I held on to the foundation that I'm wearing, which is the Maybelline Fit Me Shine Free and Balance Stick Foundation. So I could try on the blushes and, fix it should I need to, which I would imagine I will. So let's just dive into it. I'm really, really excited to try these. I did swatch these on my hand and they didn't seem to dry down all the way, which I know can be a problem. I 10 times out of 10 will powder my face after I do all the steps. I'll run a finishing powder across everything before I do highlight, so that won't be an issue for me. I don't know if it will be for you. So we've got Bronze Bombshell and this little doe foot. I've not seen one shaped quite like this. It's got a very interesting shape. I don't know if I hold it just right, if you can see it or not. But we are going to attempt that one first. So I'm gonna hopefully scooch my hairs out of the way. And I've got my Rephr 04 brush, which is the one I always use for blush. So I think I'm just going to go in with 3 dots and start blending like I would with any of my other blushes. It's blending out very, very easy. I'm using a super duper light hand. And like I said, all my makeup is done and I did set my base. I haven't done finishing powder yet. But there's Bronze Bombshell. I won't know until I'm editing if it picked up my foundation. From here to the mirror, it doesn't look like it did. And I typically don't have a problem with my foundation lifting if I use this brush and mostly a patting, gentle blending motion. So that is very, very pretty. Holy moly. That's beautiful. And those 3 dots, I think, gave me just enough. I don't think it's too much or too little. I think it looks really, really nice. Next, we'll go in with Coral Crush on my other cheek here, because I think with the eye look, I will probably finish off with the orange one and keep it, assuming it looks okay. Again, same thing. It's a very liquidy texture, I think you'd expect. So let's do the 3 dots again. Wow, that looks super bright. And then we'll just start patting and blending. ever so gently. That looks so nice. And again, I don't think it disturbed my foundation at all. They're definitely different. It's, I feel like, fairly subtle, but I like them. I like them both. And I will admit to being a little nervous about, you know, putting liquid blush on after my face is done, but that's how I do my makeup. Obviously, I could do underpainting, which would be super fun, and I would love to do that. If you want to see it, just leave that in the comment section. I'll totally do it. Underpainting is a really fun technique to use. But that looks really, really nice. Both of them look so nice. All right, I'm going to quickly clean these off, reapply the bits that I need, and then we'll do the Gorge Orange. All right, I quickly touched up the foundation and some of the bronzer. If you're wondering what my bronzer is, I couldn't resist. I had to go with the e.l.f. one. I really do like this bronzer a lot. Packaging, like 0 out of 10, but the product itself is very nice. So let's try out Gorge Orange. I do genuinely love an orange blush. So 3 little dots. If this is like the other two, it doesn't dry down super fast, so you have plenty of wiggle room and time to buff and blend and pat and just push it in. And I know I've seen other people use this with like a sponge and you can shear it out pretty nicely. I'm not going to shear out my blush. I like a nice strong black. Look at that. That is so, so pretty. I really like that. Let's do the other side. And I do think, like I said, you could definitely shear it out and make it a bit more wearable if that's your idea of a good time. I like a strong blush. Usually that's what I want for my blush. I want it to be like wha-bam. And this is even stronger. I may have to adjust. I went with like larger, thicker dots. So, but I was wondering if you could build it up without it disrupting anything. I really, really like that. I think it looks so pretty. I'm just gonna take my little puff thingy that I used to apply my foundation and just pat over to tone it down just a tiny. That's working beautifully. Again, I like a strong blush. I'm not upset that it is that bold. That's, I mean, that makes my heart very, very happy. Now I wish I was wearing a bright orange lipstick. Probably could use this as a lip product. Should I try? I mean, just a little bit, right? Like Kool-Aid mouth? Let's see. We'll just blot off some of the lip liner and gloss I had on. Let's go a little dot. Or 3. I like things in 3s. I think that's really cute. So I'm wondering if, oh, it's not sticky. It's not sticky at all. So you totally could just put that on and have a bit of a sheen, which is very, very nice. You wouldn't necessarily have to go in with a highlight if you didn't want to. I, of course, want to, so I will, but that's really pretty the way it is. I'm a fan. Okay, let me finish up highlighter and all of that, and then I'll come back and we'll recap real quick. All right, I'm back and that's everything. I did go in with my Be Perfect and Stacey Marie Get Wet highlighter, and this is in the shade Hollow Glaze. It ended up looking a little bit more pink on my cheekers than I was hoping for, but I also pulled out this little e.l.f. I know you have a name. Moonlight Petals. Pearls. The Moonlight Pearls baked highlighter from e.l.f. and that is on top of the Be Perfect one. I really like this. So thoughts on the blush. This is lovely and wearable and I very, very much like it. The bronze one is absolutely lovely. I think both of those, most anybody, at least my skin shade or tone, depth, whatever, could wear those. And like I said, you can shear them out with a sponge or pack them on. And this orange one, oh, it's so good. It's so good. I love, I mean, if you're gonna wear an orange blush, it should be like in your face, right? That just seems like the way to go. I don't think these are so similar that I regret having all three. I think they're all bringing something a little bit different to the table. I may look and see what the other shades are and maybe pick up one or two. I might not. These might be exactly what I need. I do have a bunch of liquid blush and I'm always like a little bit scared to go in with them because what if it messes up my makeup? It doesn't, it never does. So unless in editing, I'm like, oh man, what a disaster. These are lovely. I can't say whether or not it would disrupt the foundation if you used a wet sponge, but I think you could probably do that and be okay if you're gentle. I prefer the brush and I definitely 100% have never messed up my blush with the Rephr 04. It's my go-to for creams, liquids, powders, everything. So I don't know, let me know what you think. Did you have a favorite blush out of these three? Have you tried these? Did you want to? Did you even know they existed? Are you going to try one now that I have? I don't know. I really enjoy talking makeups with you in the comment section. So please, leave something down below so we can chat. I'm incredibly pleased with all three shades and I will be wearing them again. And not for nothing, this little e.l.f. bronzer that says contour is lovely. I really, really do like it. So hopefully you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Either way, I appreciate you hanging out with me today. Be good and remember to be kind to you.